If Apple thinks a glowing circle is going to make us forget about a decade of Siri constantly saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that," they're absolutely out of their minds. But the WWDC 2026 invites just dropped today, and honestly, the sheer scale of the leaks bleeding out of Cupertino this morning actually has me thinking they might pull off the impossible. We are officially locked in for Monday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific at Apple Park. But the real story is what is hiding inside that invite graphic. You have probably seen the image floating around already. A pitch-dark center surrounded by this warm, multicolored, eclipse-like glowing ring. Usually, I tell people not to read too much into these things because half the time it is just the marketing team playing around with gradients in Photoshop. But this year, Mark Gurman over at Bloomberg has been aggressively reporting that the new Siri interface in iOS 27 is literally exactly this: a glowing cursor and a dynamic ask prompt that lives right inside the dynamic island. When you trigger it, the whole top of your phone does this pill-shaped glowing animation. And frankly, considering how far behind Apple is in the generative tech race right now, they desperately need a flashy visual overhaul just to signal to everyday users that this isn't the same aggressively dumb voice assistant we've been stuck with since the iPhone 4S. But visual fluff doesn't fix a broken brain. Thankfully, supply chain whispers from Ming-Chi Kuo indicate that Apple has entirely gutted the old Siri architecture from the ground up. Internally, they're calling this massive rebuild Project Campos. They are basically turning Siri into a full-on conversational AI chatbot capable of finally going toe-to-toe with ChatGPT and Claude. We are talking deep contextual web search, instant document analysis, massive file uploads, and native image generation right on your device. What is actually blowing my mind, though, is how they are powering the heavy lifting. A few months ago, Google basically let it slip that they were collaborating with Apple, and now my sources are fully backing that up. Apple is reportedly running a custom language model built directly alongside Google's Gemini team, and is going to run on Google's own tensor processing units. Why? Because Cupertino simply does not have the massive server infrastructure to handle complex chatbot queries at the ridiculous scale of the active Apple ecosystem. It is a crazy admission of defeat in a way, but honestly, I will take it if it means the thing actually works on a daily basis. Let's talk about how this actually changes your daily driver experience, because Mac Otakara published a fascinating breakdown of the new user interface yesterday. When you swipe down from the top of the screen to access the new system-wide search, you do not just get a basic text box anymore. You get an intelligent ask bar seamlessly integrated into the dynamic island. If you ask a question, the responses come down as transparent floating cards overlaying your screen. If you want to dive deeper, you swipe the card and it instantly expands into a full conversation mode that looks basically identical to an iMessage thread. Apple is even giving Siri its own dedicated app icon on your home screen for the first time ever. You can open it, scroll back through your entire query history, search old conversations, and drag PDFs directly into the chat. It is exactly what you would expect from a modern app, which means for Apple, it is entirely uncharted territory. But here's where things get genuinely wild, and I want to hear your thoughts on this right now down in the comments. Are you actually going to use this new Siri, or are you just going to replace it immediately? Because according to a fresh report from DG Times this morning, Apple is going to let you do exactly that. If you long press the new ask bar, a menu will pop up letting you switch your default chatbot to ChatGPT, Gemini, or whatever else you prefer. They're calling it extensions. The Settings app will supposedly have a dedicated section where third-party developers can hook their own AI models directly into the core operating system. It is basically the App Store, but entirely for artificial intelligence services. I'm honestly shocked they're giving up that much control, especially knowing how fiercely Tim Cook protects the Apple tax and their walled garden. But I guess when you're playing a massive game of catch-up, you have to make some painful compromises. It is not just cloud processing either. We have been waiting since WWDC 2024 for Apple to actually deliver on their original on-device intelligence promises, and iOS 27 is finally bringing the heat. The system will supposedly have full on-screen awareness and deep personal context. You can finally give your phone a stack command like, pull up the directions to the nearest coffee shop and text the ETA to Sarah, and it will just seamlessly execute it, without throwing a web search error or completely timing out. Shrimp Apple Pro also tweeted out this week that Shortcuts is getting completely overhauled with natural language building capabilities. You just type what you want the automation to do, and the on-device intelligence writes the shortcut script for you instantly. That alone is going to save me hours of massive headaches trying to program smart home commands. To support all this, developers are getting a brand new architecture. The ELEC is reporting today that Apple is officially retiring Core ML and replacing it with Core AI. It sounds like a simple corporate rebrand, but knowing how Apple operates behind closed doors, that signals a massive foundational shift in how they want app developers utilizing neural engines moving forward. And of course, we cannot talk about iOS 27 without talking about the exact hardware it is preparing us for. Because while the software might be taking the primary spotlight next month, the supply chain is screaming about foldables again. Ross Young has been adamant that Apple is currently finalizing the display specs for a foldable iPhone, featuring a highly compact 5.5-inch outer display and a massive 7.8-inch inner display. iOS 27 is reportedly packed with hidden interface changes and dynamic scaling adjustments explicitly designed for that exact folding form factor. Even if we do not physically see the hardware this year on stage, the foundational code is going to be sitting right there in the developer beta. But maybe the absolute best news of all is what happens when you strip the flashy features away entirely. Multiple reliable sources are calling iOS 27 a snow leopard-style update. If you have been heavily invested in the Apple ecosystem for a while, you know exactly what that means. A ruthless focus on bug fixes, massive battery optimization, and core performance stability. After the vicious thermal throttling and random battery drain nightmares we dealt with on iOS 26, a massive foundational cleanup is exactly what everybody needs. I know TSMC 3nm yields are constantly getting better, which will definitely help the hardware efficiency side, but the software fundamentally needs to stop getting in its own way. So, we have a massive Gemini partnership, the total Siri overhaul, hidden foldable UI preparation, and a massive bug fix initiative all wrapped up in one single keynote event. The official media invites are out, the tech press is booking their flights to California, and Cupertino is officially on the clock. I have to ask, though, looking at that glowing invite right now, do you think Apple is finally going to deliver a voice assistant that doesn't make you want to throw your expensive iPhone directly out the nearest window? Drop your thoughts below.